No, we're going to Twitch.
We're on Twitch now?
No, dude. Idiot.
I'll play some Nintendo. We'll throw it right up on. Are we?
Dude, we got our kids the you know how they make the Nintendo Game Boy that has basically all the games populated in it?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about it on the podcast. I think it's worth talking about.
Are we on the podcast? Are we live on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says it's live up there in the corner. Yeah. Never mind.
Cool. And you got your kids go-karts?
We did get them go-karts.
That look cool. I gotta hit you up and find out which one you got because I want to get Madison one.
They're actually pretty cool. They're electric. And I literally I sent them out into the neighborhood unattended and unsupervised. I said, hey, stay on the sidewalk, wear your helmet, don't run into each other. Walkers have right of way. We had to start teaching driving rules in general, you know.
First of all, can we talk about Austin just going by initials? AM.
Yeah, he put that in his in a calendar meeting the other day, and it was him and Rory, and I didn't know who I was meeting with. I was like, what the fuck does this mean?
Is this in the morning? That's what I would have thought. Like, oh, this is a morning meeting.
Hey, my middle initial is P, so it could get real confusing. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yeah,
I like it.
Then it's all day. This is a meeting with Austin all day.
That's right. That's what nobody wants.
Is your middle name Patrick?
It is. Yeah, that's my dad's name.
I know. Hey, so Rich isn't paying.
Hey, did you ask that question knowing the answer to it?
Yeah. Well, okay. I was pretty certain. Rich isn't paying you. Is the heat's no good? And what's going on? Mayhem on a budget?
My office is in the basement here, and I'm always cold. I'm cold-blooded. And, we all can't be as cool as you that are, somehow, you have like an infrared sauna and you get these sunglasses on, we all are not on the level of Coach Jason Ackerman.
I bet you did a cold plunge already this morning too.
I jumped in the sauna. I have my routine. Absolutely. Admittedly,
do you have a barrel sauna?
Yeah, I have a barrel sauna outside. It's my favorite thing in the world. But I have a cold plunge. But I was traveling. I was down in Tennessee last week, and it was so cold it froze solid. Normally, if I'm doing it consistently, I can keep it broken up. But I'm toast now for at least another week. I can't.
No, it depends. Like mine does the same outdoors. And I just boil some water.
Yeah, so it is a block of ice. It would be an endeavor to get that thing ready to rock.
Yeah, we have an infrared at the gym, but I want to get a barrel for the house.
I love the barrel.
Yeah, I would. I had an infrared first. Still do, but then got the barrel, and it's unbelievable. It's my favorite. I wish it's one of those things that I wish I did 2-3 years sooner. It's changed my whole routine.
I like it. Okay, Cody's giving us a GTFP. Well, I do want to come back and talk.
Shut up, Cody. Hold on. We're gonna waste time a little bit. Yeah.
I want to come back because I can.
Hold on. I want to tell Austin, actually, and you, Jay. You know this already, but Austin, I'm still holding strong, dude. No days off since
every day. 13.
Ever since Mayhem.
He's gonna overtrain this year. That's his goal, Austin, to get
0 days. No, I'll tell you what, dude. There's been a couple days. One, I traveled down to Baton Rouge on the 27th for a poker game, and I was like, this is the test. If I work out on these 2 travel days, I'm good.
That's it.
And that's impressive for you because I know that poker game for you is like debauchery.
It's actually much more low key these days. We're all like middle-aged men, and 1 a.m. is a real late night for everybody.
All right.
But just how I am when I travel. I hate to work out when I travel. Like I despise it, but I did it. And then yesterday I had a call that went long, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go home. And it was too late to hop in the class. It was like 5:45, so I just walked in there, and I was just like, all right, it is what it is. 10 rounds, 10 strict pull-ups, 15 air squats, go, and then went home. And I was just like, all right, I did it. I'm good.
There you go. See, move. You got to do something every day. It just
the first 2 weeks was hard, but now I'm now into that phase when I'm like, I have to make it happen now. And it took a little over a month.
There you go. See, look at that.
He's doing it.
You can do it, everybody. I'm still not fit.
Well, and then I don't know if we were clear. So Fern's goal for 2026 was to work out every single day.
Every day for 2026.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah. He's basically trying to be like us, Austin.
Okay.
Just without being short or old. Yeah.
Dude, I put up a post recently and somebody was like, easy to be jacked at 4 feet tall. I'm like,
that is true.
Easy to be fat, by the way.
Crushed you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So I do want to hear more. I've known Austin for 15 years now. maybe longer.
Yep.
Always fascinated by, joking aside, his routines. I can just pick his brain. So I do want to hear about like what your life. I always like to know what your lifestyle looks like at any given moment, because I try to implement a lot of it as well. But let's come back to that. Let's talk about the topic at hand, and that is Affiliate Con 2026. The first year, and by the way, I mean, you guys being Mayhem, I told Austin this. I've told our clients that were there. My favorite moment, although it got me roasted on the internet. Like, I don't know if you saw it. So I'm in the hallway chatting it up with clients. Austin peeks his head out. Yo, like typical Austin, this points. Let's go. Dude, my dad, Sasha, like many people in my life can do that. But like, fuck off. Austin is one of those few people. I'm like, fine. It pulls me in. They're in the middle of a workout, partner workout. By the way, a partner workout where no partner was really needed.
It's classic Mayhem. Yep. Yeah, 1-to-1.
No need, like just rest.
I also have much to say about this workout, and I'll get to why. But go ahead.
So anyway, I go in and there's 95 on the bar, hang power cleans. I'm like, cool. I can hop in here, burpees. It's my jam. And then I do a quick warm up. I'm in jeans and boots. Austin strips the 25s off, throws 45s on, and I look at the board, and I was like 135, 3 rounds, like trying to do the math in my head. I was like, this is rad. Dude. So I didn't tell you that, but it was a highlight of my weekend. It's such a fun class.
And what I will tell you this, and again, the internet trolls can have their time. I'm glad they have a job to, communicate in other people's fitness endeavors. But the reality is, one of the biggest signs of respect is to answer the bell. You were literally in your jeans having a conversation with people. I needed a partner. We finished a little practical. We're about to work out, and that's true. I just said, hey, I need a partner, come work out. And you just left the conversation and took your shirt off and worked out in jeans and like Danner boots. And just did it. And yes, it was 135, which is literally your 100% body weight, right?
105, yeah. But yeah.
It was 100% of your body weight. And it was a big workout, right? Intensity, 15 cleans, 15 burpees over the bar, 3 rounds, 1-to-1 full rounds. And you answered the bell. Do I care about where your elbows are relative to your hips? No, and I never will.
I do. Hold on. I do. I actually do.
90 reps at his body weight. I couldn't do that.
It was.
You could, Austin.
The wrists weren't ready for it.
Austin, you weigh 165, so you absolutely could do that. And Jay, that was my beef. Number one, yes, jeans and boots. Second, these knee initiated, just absolute atrocity of those power. I was proud of you. Don't get me wrong. But I was like,
fine.
Well, let me tell you this.
Part of me was embarrassed.
Excuses aside, like I haven't, like my back's pretty jacked up. Like I would never have done that without, and I mean, credit to that's what the CrossFit community is great about. Like you wouldn't do things. That's why you go to the gym.
So that's what I was going to say. I think everybody in their life needs one person who has like ultimate peer pressure control of them. We're just like, fuck him in. So listen, I'm going to give Rich a ton of credit. Like, it's really hard to say no to Rich when he's like, are we working out? And I guess I'm like, yeah, I guess for the third fucking time today, Rich, I'm not really there, but I'll do it.
I want to say
that was the catalyst. Cause every time I was around him, he's like, we're going to go work out. I'm like, again? I was like, I haven't worked out this many times in 3 days in a decade. But
no. So Cody's talking about complaining. I did. So I came home. This was like maybe Saturday. So, we're home in 2 days, and I was like, I'm getting like acid reflux or something. Like I'm choking. Like I couldn't sleep. And I like, you go down this rabbit hole of like Google, and I realized my traps were so sore from the cleans that it was like impacting my ability to breathe.
Oh God.
I thought it was just your fat neck.
No, I was like, I got rhabdo. I was like, I was very close to being like, I need to go to the hospital, but I didn't.
You had trapto.
Just drink some water.
So anyway, that was one awesome part of it. But I was saying like the Mayhem crew there, and then of course after, I think I texted you. I don't remember, Austin. There's a great podcast of you, Rory, and Rich just talking about what was going on, and Rich, essentially giving us love for Affiliate Con was really like that was really cool for me on a personal level. Like Rich, obviously someone I respect as many father, husband, fitness business owner. Like, so to hear like the kind words, and then Roy's a great dude as well. Like, I just know like that came together last minute thanks to the hard work of you two putting it together. You guys, you know, as soon as you were there, Fern and you guys just got rolling. And I know next year, 2026, or, you know, in 10 months, we're going to blow it away.
Yeah. I mean, again, you know, I know Fern's got a big piece here, but it was, I mean, obviously been to a lot of these types of events, and it, you know, just, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but it was a really special event. The energy was super high, and it was, you know, and it was the first one, right? Where like, you know, and it takes a long time to pull an event off really well. And I mean, for the first one, you would never have known. And for the sort of that lineup that you had was unbelievable. Just a list of not only speakers, but participants and so many people there. So in a day and age where getting people together is really important and not necessarily easy, you know, I think, and it was just a no-brainer just with the partnership that we have with you guys and with what we're doing. And now just we can go even deeper, and how important it is to get in front of people and to, you know, as we always say, educate, inspire, and entertain. So, and obviously we go way back. So it's, you know, it's easy to work alongside you guys, because I know, you know, when you know what you're about, it makes it a lot easier. So it was a blast.
I cannot wait to go back. Like, that event was so fun. And contrary, Austin, actually, you can throw a great event and shoot from the hip, apparently, because that's kind of what we did in that event. No, we definitely didn't have as much planning as we would have liked, but it was a first time event, and we really leaned heavily in the fact that we just have a good team who's all been a part of events before, so we could kind of like throw it together to some extent. Not to say that we were haphazard about it, but we complete after actions already done from that. Like, we already know all the things that we're going to change going into 2026. You know, we're starting to get speakers lined up and everything, but back in Dallas, same venue again for 2026. And then, you know, Mayhem is going to be our, you know, main partner in that event moving forward in Affiliate Con. So this will be a best hour Mayhem event.
Fern, you got the dates too, right? Can we?
Yeah, the weekend of 16, 17, 18 of October, I believe. I might be off like a day or two to the right or left there, but it's that weekend. It's a week earlier than it was in 25.
We've already told them to have enough ribeyes.
Yeah. And dude, I mean, just like for me selfishly, it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted like the blending of the old and the new, like just to see so many old faces, you know, like having K-Star there, you know, EC. I mean, I could just go on and on with the names of people that were there, that it was like, for me, it was super rewarding. And then just see everybody have fun. Because like, so what is it? Like I'm going to be very open about this. Like, we really want to create kind of like a Wodapalooza style event inside of Affiliate Con. Like, this is not, you know, a conference per se. It's an event, and that's the way we're going to treat it. It's going to be very much experiential. Spent a lot of time talking to Guido, you know, because he's the GOAT when it comes to that. So I spent a ton of time like working with him, like trying to design this and organize it well, so that it can just be a really, really fun event, but also incredibly educational and beneficial to anybody that shows up. So like, if you're a CrossFitter, a coach, owner, there's going to be something there for you. And then there's just the social aspect of it, which is super fun. Listen, Jay's a recluse and he had a good time.
Dude, that's what I was going to say. Like, I know it was fun because I had to pull myself away, right? Like, it's for me, I want to get a good night's sleep. And it's like, if I were going to hang out and stay up, well, what are you laughing at, Austin?
So we all want a good night's sleep. Like,
yeah, but
no, this is like, funny when he says that, Austin. He says those things like everybody else doesn't like sleep.
No. You could survive with no sleep for a very long time. First,
so can you?
No, I follow.
Yeah, no, you just
glasses on, and those glasses add 10 years to your life. You're good.
I'm fragile. Anyway, but I was like, I found myself every night like pulling myself away, like whether it was our team, like, and shout out to Cody, shout out to Haley, you know, for pulling it all together. Of course, Marcus was there, did a great job. Like all those guys, whether it was seminar staff, like you had Lisa Ray, you had Nicole Christensen, who else was there? Katie, DT, like OG friends, Connor McDonald was there, or just the speaker. I mean, you had Kalipa, who, you know, probably isn't listening, but got his black belt, by the way. Austin, did you see that?
Yeah. Jason and I, he's an impressive dude.
Oh yeah, well you're working a lot with him, I'm sure at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, I texted him. I was like, that's a 1 of 1 games champion black belt in jiu-jitsu.
No, that's a 1 of 0.
Yeah, 1 of 0. But it was just like everywhere I looked. To your point, Fern, like all credit to Fern on this. Like Fern does some audacious shit, and I'm usually a sidekick, like egging him on, like go fight that guy. Like he's talk shit about you, right? But it came together. Like it. Let me say it this way: it could not have come together better than it did, and that was Fern's putting a little, like Cody busted his ass. Like Cody, multiple panic attacks leading up.
Yeah,
to
but
it.
I mean that's part of it. Cody's having a panic attack right now.
Yeah. Haley, 1 meltdown to speak of, probably a couple more like privately, but I mean it came together perfectly, and it's going to be even bigger. To your point of the first year, literally in the Uber home, I land, I'm Ubering home, and I'm listening to Taylor Self on Savon, unaware that was our first year. He was literally like, oh, I thought it was like their 5th year. He was there the whole time with Souza and his buddy Bryson, right?
With Bryson,
and they do their programming. But literally on the podcast, Savon was like, that was their first year, and Taylor was shocked.
I think I want to do a Kill Taylor next year at Affiliate Con.
Well, they did one virtually.
I know, but I want to do it. I'll challenge him.
You're not. The dude is fit.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to beat him. Listen, it'll just be a massacre that everybody can watch.
You'll be like 250 into your training at this point, right?
Listen, it won't be 35-0. It'll be like 27-3.
This is football we're talking reference?
Yeah, whatever score you want. Since you're into golf now,
I got a golf club.
Yeah.
A club.
You got a golf club. He doesn't golf, but he got a golf club. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to Taylor and I was like, Khalipa was there. I was like, you could beat him. He like brushed it aside. Of course. And I was like, no way, dude. And like,
he's fit as fuck, dude.
Yeah. And then it turns out he's fit. Turns out Khalipa's a little older. What do you think, Austin? You think you could beat Taylor?
I admittedly, I don't know much about Taylor and his fitness level. So,
he's fit.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, probably not if that's what his goal is.
I tell you what, he's fit. He's fit. He's a little out there, which I like. And he can go to the dark place. But, Austin can too. So it would be entertaining to watch. Just two people just bury themselves deep in the cave.
Yeah. Austin still got it.
Just at this age, it depends on what we're doing.
Are you considering a Masters run?
No, I mean, I don't. I'll always just like do the season, and train, and obviously training down there with Rich, and we actually, we're gonna do an Ironman this year. We're actually signed up.
Full Ironman, like a 26.2, 100 and whatever bike.
Yes, yeah, we signed up.
How's your swimming?
That's going to be a problem. I mean, we're going to have to swim a lot.
He's very dense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah,
you have long arms. I mean, that kind of helps.
Yeah, sure. There'll be a lot of training, but yeah.
Wait, where is this Ironman? This matters. Where?
Florida.
Is this open? Is this open ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. You need to train. That's a serious. That's a serious thing.
When is it?
November 7th.
So you'll be full board training at Affiliate Con.
I mean, at that point, we'll just be, recovering.
November.
What was the prompt to do this?
Rich said, "Let's do an Ironman."
Yeah.
Yeah. To Fern's point,
you've done a marathon though.
I've done a marathon. I've done Boston. Yeah. So and that's
but that's a totally different. The marathon is at the end, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did a marathon after deadlifting 500 pounds.
600, but yeah.
600.
Yeah, get it right, dude.
Yeah, very different. But yeah, I mean, either way, like, listen, there's going to be, we have got time, but yeah, it's, we'll be training.
Let's do it. I mean,
listen, dude, don't sleep. Do not sleep on that bike, Austin.
Oh no, it's 6 hours in the saddle. We were just saying, like, it's a long time in the saddle.
Bro, I did a century ride. When was this? I think this was maybe a year or two after Blake died, and Blake Marston. And a good family friend of his did a cross country ride. He rode from Coronado all the way to Dam Neck here in Virginia Beach over, I forget what the duration was. And I did the last 100 miles with him, and that wrecked me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a mess. I didn't train for it, obviously, but don't sleep on that bike, dude. That is a long ass time sitting in the saddle, dude.
I know. That's the seat. I mean, that's like, you just think it's a lot. So yeah, there you go.
So with affiliate coming, one, I know we were chatting with Christian. Tell us about tickets, Fern.
So yeah, tickets go live to the public on Monday. Now we did open 219. Yeah, we opened 250 tickets at legacy rates, like internally, like half of those are gone already. So I don't even know how many of those will be available on when it gets to Monday. We'll let everybody know. You guys will get emails and everything. But the event's capped because we can't fit more than, I think it's like 600 people there. So it's like,
so tickets go on sale to the general public this Monday.
Yep.
And yeah, the legacy tickets that was essentially for anyone that was there this year.
Yeah. So we opened it up to that cohort of people just as a thank you, because they were there as early adopters and, you know, very much a part of like getting the whole event off of the ground. So we wanted to say a thank you to those people. And I got a surprise for those people too.
What is it?
Yet, but
what is it?
I can't tell them. It's a surprise.
Randy's on here, and we just had our Tuesday morning call, and there's a bit of a uproar going on behind the scenes about the mastermind, or whether there is one for best.
There is no mastermind. However, we are planning a VIP event on Friday.
Cool. So that's it. So if you're a best hour client, make sure you're there early enough. Are there going to be other topics, speaking events, meetings on Friday as well?
To be determined, but that's stuff that we're still kind of working out with Austin and the Mayhem crew. Is just like, what are we going to do for the we have a bunch of stuff kind of like in the hopper for that. But we still have to get through some logistical hurdles. But there will be a VIP event on Friday. It will probably have multiple facets of it depending on what you're kind of into on Friday, but there will be something on Friday. Yes, I understand people want to hang out with Jason Ackerman at the mastermind, but
no, I was going to say 20 miles with Austin.
Or just power cleans with Jason from the hang.
Either one.
Learn how to not open your hips.
Both. We'll do both.
Not open your hips. But, going back to that again, like I was kind of in a phase of like watering down workouts. And ever since then, I've been back at it, full on CrossFit training. So nice. I got motivated. So there will be an event there for clients. I did say this about you on our call. That
won't be solely for our clients. That'll be open. So those VIP tickets, they'll be limited, obviously, but the VIP tickets will go available to anybody that wants to show up on Friday.
And I'm committing to something. So I haven't determined where the threshold will be yet, but whether it's year 3 or year 4 for our long-term clients, best hour, I'm going to have an event with me. So just throwing it out there. Might be dinner, might be lunch. Might be like a coffee. It'll be something. I haven't decided yet.
It might just be a water. Just like
hang out.
Just a real quick sip of water and then move on.
Spritz. I said this about you on the call, Fern, because Randy was really going off about this master.
Oh, great.
He's angry. I said, hey, look.
Wait, hold on. Was he truly angry or was he Randy angry?
No, he was just Randy angry. Okay. But in fairness, he hadn't had caffeine yet. So it was like a little, it was hard to tell.
That makes me angry too. That's why I was.
I said, you are very narrow-minded and stubborn, but open to feedback. That's what I said. So
that seems like an oxymoron, I think.
No, because you're like, this is my way. But I said it goes back to, Austin very close with Sasha as well, and the tug cards. Do you have a tug card, Austin?
We haven't done the tugs at the degree you have, but actually I'm meeting with him at the end of this month in person. We're mapping some stuff out. Yeah, we're excited to also for like, our
great for Mayhem.
Yeah, for Mayhem, but also our Mayhem gyms and sort of the next evolution of stuff of how we can get
that's cool.
that
it's
information
worth it.
out. Yeah,
it's worth it.
Well, and I was saying it's all about how you approach the feedback, right? Because the battles that you and I have had is like, here's my idea, right? Versus like, here's my idea, here's how we solve it, here's why it's important, right? And it's all about like, if you lay that out well, you're very receptive.
Well, yeah, I think your characterization that I am narrow-minded is completely false.
It's a caricature.
That's fine. But no, it's not because I don't want to do a mastermind.
No, yeah.
I love the masterminds.
We all
but
do.
there-
Exactly.
there's it's just like that's the hard part about having to make those decisions is like you're always going to piss somebody off with making like, okay, well, whatever. So
Well, all right, bringing it back. So we got AffiliateCon tickets go on sale Monday. I'm sure if you're watching this or if you're interested, you'll get emails. You can go to the web. What's the direct URL?
we'll drop it in here. Christian, drop it in here. We're actually having a
We'll make sure it gets
build. Yeah, website build overhaul. But as far as speaker list, expect more of the same and then some. As far as what we're going to do there. So we took a lot of the feedback from so we took feedback from the speakers, from the partners and the vendors, from the attendees, and from our team, and we consolidated all of that to enhance logistics, flow, schedule, topics, everything. So I mean, we're looking at a ton of different things with regard to, you know, not just training, but if you're a coach. So looking at I'm trying to work on potentially having somebody who's an expert in public speaking come there and run a workshop, you know, so things like that, like leadership, you know, financials, if you're a gym owner or a coach for that matter, but also training, programming, you know, like, you know, Matt from Brute was there this year and he had a great breakout. Nicole Christian was there talking about gym ownership. Souza was there. Great. He had 2 different breakouts with regard to social media that quite a few of our, I think some of the van crew is playing around with one of the ideas that he pitched there. Obviously,
David Osorio crushed it.
Osorio crushed it. Austin and the crew, they're talking programming. So, I mean, if you are in the CrossFit space at all, there are many things from you. Obviously, there's training sessions there. Like there's early morning training sessions. There's breakout sessions throughout the day. You know, HQ was there running, you know, different breakouts for, you know, train the trainer type stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's everything. And that's the intent of the event, is just to make it really, really fun and make it all encompassing.
There's Bible study for those of you interested.
There's some of that there too.
Are you reading the Bible yet, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Are you reading, like Rich makes you?
No, no one makes me. Yeah. No, I'm a grown man.
I'd be interested in reading the Bible. Maybe I'll give it a read.
I mean, you know, just from like, I think the older you get in life, you realize people reference certain things, right? Like works of art and things of that nature and literature. And obviously that's a very important to the history of the world and also people. So, and so the more I've read it, I've just like, oh, like you make connections to things of like what people are referencing, other writers. It's pretty wild.
Do you have an example?
Yeah. Yes, I do actually. Like, so, because this one's probably a little more well known, like the story of David
and Goliath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say that like when you read that type of stuff, like just like there are so many movies that are like that utilize that as sort of like the bones of its entire plot.
It's not like Star Wars. It's like
I would say like Game of Thrones is fully predicated on that entire story, as an example.
Gotcha.
At least the interworkings, right? Inspiration, right? It's like you just stuff like that. Like I think it's really, really interesting.
If you think about it, there's only so many stories that you can have.
And there's probably a couple sort of common denominators of where inspiration comes from, right? Specifically one that has stood the test of time. But
I need to do like a modern English version of the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, that's not my area of expertise. Maybe you can do that.
No, Christian, drop me a link to that.
Yeah,
I'll listen to it.
But one thing I also, just to this point of to bring it back to what you were saying, Fern, is because one question I like to ask a lot is like, you know, like why should I go to one of these, or and what am I going to get from it? And you know, I think as we are really building out, you know, our, you know, what we're working on together, which we're rolling out, you know, really in a couple months, you know, at Mayhem for our Mayhem gyms, and this notion of clarity over content, right? Mm-hmm. You know, we're, you know, and giving clarity to our owners and our coaches is something that we're really trying to do at Mayhem, from, you know, the sort of this Mayhem Plus as we kind of roll out in Q1. But this event, think about like 600 owners and coaches in one location. And I think that can't be overstated enough, where the goal, on the end of this event for anyone that comes is obviously you have a great time, like fun, all that good stuff, but the opportunity to rub shoulders with people and to network and to engage, but then honestly to gain clarity through content, right? And that notion really has hit me. And I just think that, you know, we need to call out a few things where like continuing education is really a hard thing for our community, right? It's not the pathway isn't set in stone. And, you know, like if you ask 10 coaches right now, hey, what's your roadmap for development education? They probably don't have it, right? And I think something that you guys are doing, so is us, is like, how do we create that for them? And then who can you learn from? We all were the beneficiaries of on seminar staff, rubbing shoulders and elbows with the best and the brightest. That fundamentally changed my life and career because I learned from the best. We were able to do that month over month and year over year. Creating moments like this, I look at that as like, it's almost like our responsibility to give that to everyone else, to democratize the ability to rub shoulders with the best, to learn and to beg, borrow, and steal.
Dude, that is quite literally the genesis of that entire event. Like when I was like, hey, this is the thing I want to do. That was literally why I was like, hey, it would be selfish of us to not try to give other people the opportunity to do that. And again, selfishly, it's fun for me to get to see old faces and old friends in a lot of those instances. But like that was entirely why we wanted to do it. And think about it, it's like, you know, for a third of the cost of a seminar or a workshop, you can do a workshop, sit in multiple different seminars, training sessions, and social for a fraction of the price. And that was really kind of wanted to ball everything up in one. But here's the thing about like it's weird, man. Like it's like this I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like this weird shift that, and then maybe this happens to in any organization or any community over time, but it kind of starts as one thing and then it morphs into something else over time, where like CrossFit in the early days was all about being with other CrossFitters effectively. And then it slowly started to kind of segment and then silo itself. And this was our push to kind of bring that back together. Like everybody's welcome to this. Like, I don't care if it's what programming camp you come from, or, you know, whether you like kettlebells over barbells or whatever, like it all has value. And I kind of want to get back to that. And that was really the main reason behind that, but then also just make it fun. And that was one of the big reasons that when we made the schedule, and we're going to continue to refine it, is like some of the most impactful things about events like this when done well have nothing to do with the breakouts and nothing to do with the keynotes.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just talking with other people in the hall or in those breaks and stuff like that. And we're designing it that way on purpose. So it's not this event where like every minute of every day is packed to the gills.
Yeah. Well, and to Austin's point about education, like we haven't even thrown out there, they got what, 16 CEUs for this, was it?
I don't remember what the total, but you get CEUs for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, not only all the good things, but if you have your level 3 or level 4, you're getting your, a third or a half of the CEUs you need, depending on what you have. So that's pretty great too.
Yeah. And and I just keep going back to like purpose behind this. And I think that like, how can we share our learnings, right? Like, and I think that, like with our community and as, I also think we have a responsibility with our owners. Like we have to like bring our younger coaches. And I think a charge of like, owners that have young coaches, how can you get them there? And then how do we sort of give them that roadmap and what are those things that we want to impart on the next generation? Because I love you guys, I love us, but we're like those Allstate commercials of like turning into your parents, like where they tell you not like
you're doing it a little faster than Jay and I, but yeah, we're all getting older. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. So, but like, how do we impart that upon, like, it's cool to be a CrossFit coach and a gym owner, and you can absolutely make a living, and we can share that, but also teach this younger generation of like, hey, but it's really important to curate relationships and get to know people, to your point, where, it's an interesting thing where CrossFit was very like yeah, the genesis was in a garage, right? Like when you think about it, right? It was garage gyms. And then, but from there, you quickly realize doing this with other people was important, inviting your neighbors, doing those things. So, and then now there's a lot of options out there. But if I'm a young coach, what's that roadmap and what's that pathway? And you can't do it alone either. I think that's the other thing where, listen, maybe 15 years ago, with $5,000 and a pole barn down the road, you could do something, but the landscape is a little different.
Yeah. It's harder.
And it's harder, but it's not insurmountable, but the resources are also 100x too, right? Where like, that's the other thing where the resources have also leveled up to that point of, if I'm 21 years old, there's not many Jason Ackermans waiting there to give Austin Malleolo a job and pay him a full-time salary of $21,000 a year.
That was 15 years ago, Fern. It's like $1 million now.
I mean, I thought I was a millionaire, right? Because I wasn't getting paid by the hour. But how do we give that roadmap?
He's still duping people today, Austin.
Well, that's never going to change.
Katie hasn't got paid yet.
He offered me the same job, and I almost fell for it.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, his superpower is manipulation. So
galvanizing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
galvanizing.
Nice. But I look at stuff like this, where as we kind of barrel towards building out the agenda and getting people there, but to your point, bring the team and bring your people there, because it's almost like, if I had a gym at I would bring my whole staff and I would basically say, hey, I'll see you tonight. Right. And we just kind of scatter, and then you come back and do a debrief at the end, right? Where, kind of let them kind of spread their wings a little bit. And like you said, there's so much there. So I think,
and that's so for anybody that's wondering, like, hey, should I bring my team? Absolutely, you should bring your team, because you guys can literally divide and conquer. Like, if you've got a nutrition coach that you guys want to figure out how to do that, like that, there'll be resources for that. If you've just got coaches who, like, who is it? I think I've heard like multiple people talk about David Newman's breakouts on the jump rope. Yeah. Just people like those little tiny nuggets that you're going to pick up at these, at these different breakouts that make you arguably like an infinitely more effective coach.
I heard
like, and that's a 2-day event. We're going to walk. Oh, like, I didn't know I could teach running drills that way, or double unders that way, or this is how I facilitate a better class. Or this is a public speaking drill. Like, I mean, that's when we designed it to essentially like have no left or right lateral limits. Like, if it could benefit you as a coach or as an owner or as an athlete, like, we're considering putting it in there.
Yeah. I mean, I remember hearing from Cabo, a level 4 flow master, like, I just learned so much from David Newman. Right. And the number of times over the weekend I heard, oh man, I wish I brought more coaches. Like Adam Fuller was like, next year I'm bringing everybody. Like,
I'll confess, I was few people love Chris Henshaw as much as I do. I was a little worried, because like, he likes to talk, which I love listening to, but sometimes I'm like, all right, that might be a bit much. There's one person on planet Earth maybe that can pull up a spreadsheet to a group of 300 people in a keynote and have everybody locked in, and happens to be Chris Henshaw. I was like, this is a gamble. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. But dude, that people were loving that keynote when he was just talking about like how you introduce high rocks into the gym and like training people and stuff like that. I was like,
it was action, right? It was like, here's how you do things.
Oh no, it was great. Yeah. I was just like, I was like, God, this is, but there's few and far people between that could do that effectively the way that he does.
All right, 2 questions in the chat.
Yep.
Are we getting tattoos live at the event this year?
I told you we could do it this year.
I'm asking the questions. I'm just
like, so, you want, like,
are me and you, or is the question, are we having a tattoo artist?
I think the question is, are we having a tattoo artist? But second question, are me and you?
Are we getting 3 green lights?
Yes. Finally. So no, Austin, Fern tasked me with the speaker list, etc. And one of the things I tried to do was have a tattoo artist there. This idea I saw at the games years ago from Hard Work Pays Off. They had, I think, Frazier's like brother-in-law or something as a tattoo artist. It's like, if you got one of their logos, it was free. So I was trying to do it. It would be great to do with Mayhem. Like, if you get the Mayhem logo, if you get the best hour, it's included. Like, we'll pay someone. And Fern said no. But then after the fact, he's like, next year we can do it.
Hey, hold on. Adjust your answer. I said not this year.
Not this year. Fair.
Yeah, I said not this year.
And then second question, is it worth closing your gym down for the weekend and bringing everyone? And I think we've just
I agree. I tend to agree with Randy's answer there. That's a gym decision. But I'll listen. I'll give everybody permission because I think gym owners feel obligated to have their gyms open 365 days a year. Like, they have gym open on Sunday and everything like that. I do think you should at least consider there is value in investing in your team. What would that, again, I'm not telling you to shut your gym down, but like conversely, present yourself with the question is like, what is it worth to level up my team for 2 days? Like, what does that get me versus, what's the downside of closing the gym for days? I would argue like, what's the upside of spending 2 days together with your team and how that's going to impact your members?
Yeah, I mean, if there was a time to close your gym down, it would be like, hey, we're all going to get educated.
Well, Nick, what's your question?
I was going to say, like, I haven't seen a question.
Yeah, this is an open chat.
He asked about year 2 earlier. I did see that.
Well, I think you answered it already.
Well, I just didn't give an answer. I don't know, Nick, TBD, but you're with Ryan, so you'd be on like year 8, so you'd be included. If anyone else has questions, hit us up. If not, affiliate con tickets go on sale, general public, this Monday.
You guys will see emails and posts about it. It'll be everywhere, but we're limiting the legacy rates at 250 tickets. We'll see how many of those are left.
Do you guys know a date for the next Mayhem immersion?
24.
It's February 21st, 22nd. I believe it is the weekend before the.
It is the weekend. Stuff. Yeah, I had a slight panic attack last night. I texted Austin. I was like, "Hey, did you put this shit right in the middle of the open?" He was like, no,
"Ready? Come do this in May." Yeah, perfect.
Well, no, I mean honestly, it's making our calendars. I remember last year, like the open and other events because we have the classic as well. We have a handful of things that it's slotting these events are a challenge, but we'll have February, and that is our gym development weekend for Mayhem gyms. And this one's going to be really like the first one was awesome. Early adopters. It was literally like our first one, similar to Affiliate Con, but in a different capacity, obviously.
Yeah.
This one is really going to be kicking off what we're going to be doing for 26 for our gyms, into this, the next iteration from, just, our gym programming to Mayhem Plus. So
I was going to ask, is that name, I guess it's live now.
But. Yeah. I mean, I'm just dropping it here sort of, intermittently. But, we'll, by the time, but by the 21st, 22nd, it'll be, we'll be able to touch and feel and be able to actually kind of dig in a little bit and
opt in, see the content, look at everything. Yeah,
that's right. And, get you guys there. Maybe Jason, you'll come out, which will be nice for you to get out there.
You're asking a lot at this point.
Hang Parakeens.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard nothing but amazing thing. People were so excited about that weekend. They had such a great time.
It was fun, man. It was fun. It was good.
Yeah, it's and honestly, I think now and now leverage, with Affiliate Con, like looking at this is like a culmination where I look at we think through we can have these smaller events that can be very specific, and then we have this big moment where so it allows us not to have to be all things for everybody all of the time. Right. And I think that's also why I'm excited about this partnership is that we can be super calculated. Again, it just comes back to clarity, right? Where when working together, we can make sure that there's always going to be some overlap to a certain degree, but to the point of which that you would want. And, compared, we have these development weekends, obviously Affiliate Con, and then, there's a handful of other things that we're working on, but it's, I'm fired up. I'm fired up that Mayhem's we're gonna have our whole team there. We're gonna bring everyone. Also, we'll cut. Our coaches, our athletes. We want to show up in a way that's we want it to be where we all can bump elbows to. So I'm excited for us to lean in 110%.
Tickets are on sale.
No, he's talking about Affiliate Con right now.
Oh no, okay, but I mean for the immersion, are tickets on sale for that?
They are. We emailed all of our gyms. So we emailed them on Friday. So yeah, it's obviously exclusive to our Mayhem gyms. But also if you want to try it out, just shoot us a note and we'll take care of you. I'm sure if people reach out to you, you know, you can hop on, try out the main program, but come for the weekend so you can dig in.
Cool.
It's a great way to see all of us. And, you know, I always like to pull out the old Rolodex and get some old crusty old CrossFitters there.
Yeah, James showed up randomly.
Wait, James showed up just out of nowhere?
Yeah.
James pulled a James, where he kind of showed up, just kind of was there, but wasn't there, and then just whisked away into the shadows.
Yeah.
Hey, before we wrap up,
that's exactly what happened.
I was like, that's very on brand.
That's right.
You made me think of Brittany when we brought up James, just because James coaches at CrossFit Mafia in Erie, and I want to, for those of you that don't know, like how awesome Brittany is, she donated her kidney about a month ago to her sister. She'd probably be upset that I'm sharing this news, but I just wanted to give her a shout. Like, that's a massive thing. Pretty
She's
cool.
A fucking stud, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's cool. Seminar.
Jay didn't even give her a day off. He was like, I'll see you on Tuesday.
I was like, this is out. You're fine. Like, just take your call.
You have 2. Get back to work.
But no, that was really cool. That's awesome. So
that's awesome. Yeah, she's a weapon.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nikki Sharp chiming in. Awesome. Well, AffiliateCon tickets on sale. There's an immersion at Mayhem, and there's just so much more coming out. I'll tell you this. Austin and Fern together is, I'll give you an 80s analogy. It's very similar to Voltron.
Oh, I was going to say Tango and Cash, but okay.
Oh, I like a little Tango Stallone, and who's the other guy? Kurt Russell. Yeah. I could see that, but it was, it's just like 2 A players coming together, and it's like it's going to explode. Austin, obviously, Rich brought you into Mayhem for a reason, and you're doing great things there. It's exciting. I'm excited to see what you're going to do with, the partnership with Jason as well. And we're excited. It's the mega powers. I love it, Christian. It's just cool. Like it's cool. Like this whole topic is just, nostalgic to like 2007, 8, 9, 10, like the OGs. And it's fun to be able to interact with you guys, to see these people and to see these new friends and faces at AffiliateCon also. So good stuff.
Yeah. So tickets go live to the public on Monday. Again, there's only 250 legacy tickets available. I think about half of those are already gone. More details that will follow on VIP tickets. We'll announce the speaker list as we finalize that, as well as other partners in there. But again, plan on being bigger and better than it was last year. And last year,
a couple pieces of feedback that we heard for those of you that were there. We are going to be better.
The Wet Bandits.
We are going to be better. Was that Home Alone reference?
Yes.
About getting the topics in advance, right, Fern? So you can kind of
listen. Everything will be better. So I mean, like there was some things. There's some key things in there that we know we need to button up. One of them is comms. So we already have full plans for that. Listen, I'm very happy with the event that we ran last year, but I'm not naive to the fact that we didn't have a lot of areas for improvement. So all of those will be addressed, and we'll have another huge list of things that we'll want to improve after this year. But yes, all of that stuff will be in advance. All the logistics will be much clearer. Comms will be clean and efficient and fast because we want to make it a seamless weekend, because it's going to be busy. So we want everybody to have a good time over the course of the weekend, so they're not stressed about any of that stuff. So all of those things will get addressed and get fixed. Don't worry about that.
Awesome. Well, Austin, we appreciate your time. Keep up the great work. All right. So real quick, just before we wrap up, new morning routine. What time do you wake up? 4:30?
4:10.
That's nighttime. That's nighttime. So
that's funny because literally, like, we're like, just because of the time of the year, like it's at, I think might get my kids up at like 6:30 and it's still dark outside. And Chappie's like, he's like, why are you waking me up at nighttime, Dad? I'm like, it's morning. I'm like, get up.
4:10. How fast are you in the garage working out?
I like to, I do I have some water, half a cup of coffee. I do a little bit of reading. And then I'm in the gym by like 4:25, 4:30.
Within 15, 20 minutes, you're in the gym?
Yeah, but moving, treadmill or stepper.
Are you still training with like Craig and GC and those guys?
Not so much anymore, just because of the travel schedule and what's going on. But yeah, I'm moving around. But then I usually hit it right around 5. But I like to move for like a half an hour at that time. But it's just nice. I'll listen to something, listen to a book. So it's like sort of my time, right?
Stepper, underrated piece of equipment. And ever since I was at Mayhem, I'm like been eyeing them and just been
like the ones that run through like stairs.
Yeah, Stairmaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my
You
have
favorite. One in the garage?
Yeah.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, well, that's actually why I got it, because my garage not heated, and there's very few things that will get you warmed up, sweating that
like
quickly.
walking upstairs. Yeah.
Walking upstairs. I'm telling you, like, and that's like, walking on a treadmill is great, and we have all our machines.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not.
And
Nothing. Yeah.
And then you hit the sauna after the workout.
Yeah, sauna, but usually about like 5:45.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, real quick for those listening, Austin, you are I would say you're inspiring. You're a hard worker. Your work ethic is certainly second to none. You've improved over the years. All the things, like, kudos. Give us something to listen, read, do that you think can make the people listening just a better human being.
Ooh. Well, one, I appreciate that, and it's I take that. It means a lot. I think. Well, I'll tell you what I'm reading right now. It's something new, and I will actually give Rich the credit. He's given me some reading recommendations, and it's been really fun to change the genre of like American history. And I'm listening to I just want to make sure I get the exact title right, because it's been a blast. Right now I'm listening to Team of Rivals. It's about Abraham Lincoln. And
write this down.
And it's just been, but prior to that, The American Story, and just listening to about our history, but like really about like values and work, and like not history kind of like tainted by like, our scholastic education, which was, it's just watered down because you're learning it when you're like in 5th grade, right? Like, right. But real history, and just and overlaying that onto my personal life, onto business, onto relationships. It's been, and it's fun to listen to. And anytime I'm listening to something, I mean, I wish I did this sooner. I'm like, I know something's going on there. So those are the last 2 books that I've listened to, and it's been, and they're heavy, they're dense. So like, they're not just quick ones, but I like it a lot.
Cool. Team of Rivals, The American Story. I will check those out. Well, again, thank you. We'll let you go on with your busy day. Say hi to, Marin and everybody else. And have a great rest of your day. Fern, we'll stick around offline. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Austin.
See you, Austin.
Bye.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Best Hour of Their Day podcast. We appreciate you listening and choosing to have us help you in your passion for coaching and affiliate ownership. You can find more episodes just like this on all podcast platforms. If you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to us on any social media platforms, or you can visit www.besthouroftheirday.com to book a call. If you found this episode helpful for you, please share it so that we can help other coaches and affiliate owners to help build a bigger and stronger CrossFit community. Thanks for listening.